Warning. The contents of tonight's episode contains strong language and may not be suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Around the Ropes radio show. Here are your hosts, John Blaine, Ray from Boston, and Jay. Woo! With special guest appearances by Bobby Fish and Kevin Wilson. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Simply Green.
1, 2, 3.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday night edition here of the Around the Ropes radio show. Yes, guys, as you can see, I am riding solo for right now. Ray is on assignment, and Jay should be here in a little bit. Guys, it's a very big week, obviously, for pro wrestling fans. It's Wrestlemania week. And in hour number 2, we will get you guys all ready for Wrestlemania, give you guys our predictions, and try to make sense of what we've been seeing on TV the last couple of weeks. Because, guys, I'm going to say this right now. Monday Night Raw last night, and I've been saying this the last couple of weeks on the show, but Monday Night Raw, especially last night, when it came to Ober and Brock, and I've been talking about that match quite a bit the last couple of weeks. That match, I am sold on that match. I am pissed off that that match has to be on the opening night on Sunday night. And again, guys, like I said, we'll go over it all in a bit. We also got a little bit of AEW Dynasty to talk about. They had their pay-per-view this past Sunday and all that stuff. But I want to start off with Vindication. Obviously, you guys know we work with DJ Storms, good friend of the show. And this past weekend, he had Vindication. And I have been a part of this whole thing with DJ Storms since day one. And I was there for the very first show. I actually found the photo from that first show where the main event was not Greek Savage. He was involved in it. But it was Papa Don versus Crowbar for the CCW heavyweight title. And fast forward to Saturday night. And we're at St. Mary's High School in Rutherford, New Jersey. First of all, easy to get to. Very easy to get to. Top to bottom, I would have to say one of the best shows I have ever been a part of, that I've ever seen as a fan. There's whenever you go to I've said this constantly on the show. Whenever you get a chance to go to independent wrestling, and I always push for people to go to independent shows, there's always a different vibe in the building. And it is something that's insane. True. Obviously, yeah, you watch it on YouTube or Rumble or wherever you watch it, it's one thing. But it's different when you're there. And you hear the sounds, you hear the fans. I have never been to a show before where from the get-go, from the opening match, you started getting the holy shit chants from the start. Every match, and we'll go through the matches here in a second, but every match, top to bottom, it became more, if you were an old ECW fan from back in the day, it became very much like, well, we had this opening match. Well, how are we going to top this one? Oh, we'll do this. Oh, we'll do this. Okay, great. That's what it felt like the entire night. I thought everybody brought their A game. I actually, before we go into the match, I do want to put DJ Storms over. Because I know a lot of people may have their issues with him, but I'm about to give him the biggest compliment I think anybody ever could. And somebody like me who's been to and works with quite a few independent companies, I've seen my fair share of promoters who can be sleazeballs. And I've seen my fair share of promoters who don't know how to draw. And what's funny is you look at the guys who DJ Storms brings in, and there's no big names. I mean, yeah, the biggest name we saw Saturday was Vita Von Starr, who's formerly from Ring of Honor. She was a part of the Righteous with Dutch and Vincent. So, I mean, that was somewhat of a big name. I'm trying to think of who. Crowbar. But Crowbar's been in the independent scene now. I mean, you have a whole generation of fans who will sit there and say they don't know Crowbar from his days in WCW or WWE or AEW. They know of him from ISPW, from his independent run. I mean, that guy, I give him a lot of credit. That guy is old in his 50s, and he's still doing moves like he's freaking 20 years old. But what I was trying to say, though, is this. He doesn't have the biggest names, okay? Yes, he has the shock holes. He has the audacity. Okay, great. But it seems like every show that he has done, he has a minimum 150, 200 people there. And it really got me thinking, what does he do differently that other promoters who have been in this game much longer don't do? And by the way, guys, before I forget, you guys can comment as well. You can leave your comments below. That's how I will read it. Because until Jay gets here, you guys are my co-hosts for tonight. But it really got me thinking. And when you look down to it, promotion. With DJ Storms, he does it the old school way. And what do I mean by that? He goes to each establishment, he does a video, promotes the hell out of it big time. And I've been saying this for a while now. I wish more promoters would use social media to their advantage. Because in essence, it's free advertisement, and people don't realize that. People figure, I got it. No. With Facebook, you don't have to pay. And also, if you're somebody who has a decent following, you can pull in some pretty big numbers. So that's why, to me, it's like I want to sit there and tell these other promoters, hey, look at somebody like DJ Storms. The kid's only been doing this now. This is his 4th or 5th show that he's done. And it's one of the more, and I was talking to the ring announcer on Saturday, Rich Reed, about this, and him and I both made the same comment. We've seen, like I said, this is more of if you know type of setting. And when you look at you look at the whole thing, in and itself, there's promotions in New Jersey that have been around for over a decade now and draw nothing. There's promotions that have been around for 20 years and draw, if they're lucky, 50 people. For some reason, DJ Storms, I don't know if it's because of the fact of who he brings in or the promotion, or I don't know what it is. I'm going to say this publicly. I said this to him Saturday night. I know he's not a promoter in that sense, but of the promoters I've worked with, his shows are one of the more smoothest run shows. Everybody's on the same page. There's no bullshitting. There's nothing. As far as the matches, they were good. We coming out of Saturday, we now have a new number 1 contender for the VPW women's title as Vita Von Starr got the win. She's definitely impressive. And when she came out on Saturday, now if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, we did have her on the Countdown show, myself and DJ. And she was scary then, and that was on camera. You look at it now, she was impressive. And I hate to say this, kind of, I know VPW has a 20th anniversary show coming up in a couple weeks, so I'll be curious to see if Tiffany still holds the belt going into Off the Rails on May 30th. If she does, nothing would shock me to see Vito walking out of there as your new VPW Women's Champion. Because the issue I have is not so much with Vita. I think with the experience, yeah, that's great. But I think with Tiffany, it's like, okay, she wins all these titles. Eventually, you're going to take your foot off the pedal. And it's just something with Vita. I can see that happening. So I like that match. Obviously, we had qualifying matches because for the main event of Off the Rails is a fatal 4-way for the Savage Heavyweight title. As you found out, prior to Vindication, Greek God Papadon, did qualify already because he is undefeated within the New Jersey area. So props to him on that. Daniel Alexander took on Adonis Stone for one of the spots. And again, these two were incredible. These two, Adonis Stone and Daniel, I just will say this forever. Daniel Alexander is one of my favorite wrestlers to see at an independent show because he has a never quit attitude. He does it. Let me bring in, actually, before we get into that, I want to go over the comment section here quickly. David John Reynolds over on Facebook going, hey, John. Hey, David, I'm glad to see you are watching us. And guys, joining the show all the way from Queens. Tried to be Damian Priest, but unfortunately we couldn't get him, so we did second best. Jay, what's going on, my brother?
I'm enjoying the 85-degree weather, brother. That's what's going on, my brother. I'm having a great time outside. Oof. If this is a taste of 2026, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What's going on, chat? What's going on, everybody? Jay is here. He is Wrestlemania bound ready. He's ready to talk about all the matches with John. I heard John talk about Vindication. It was one hell of a show. Savage basically challenged you. Is that true, John? Did Savage challenge you in a promo battle? Is it true that he took over commentary at one point during the match? This is what Jay saw in Vindication. It was one hell of a show. Shout out to DJ Storms for putting one hell of a show. God damn. God bless you, brother. But go ahead, John. Did he challenge you? Did I hear a challenge of the promo battle?
Sort of. But we're going to take a pause from Vindication because yesterday was an anniversary. It was 29 years ago yesterday that ECW had their first pay-per-view, Barely Legal.
That's true.
And on that show, there was a team, you might have heard of this team, called the Dudley Boys, who wanted to capture one of their first of many titles. And their manager, the quintessential Sun Muffin, Joe Gertner, was with them. Jay, guess who I have waiting in the waiting room right now? That we're going to bring him right after this quick break.
Joe
to talk about that night.
I'm nervous.
The quintessential Sun Muffin himself, Joe Gertner. So, guys, you don't want to miss that. Joe Gertner joins us right after this break. We're only getting started right here. We'll be right back right after this.
Looking for a new cannabis dispensary you can trust? At Simply Green, we're proudly licensed so you know everything here is safe, tested, and legal. We're family owned and operated with a highly educated team here to guide you, whether it's your first time or you know exactly what you like. From flower to edibles to vapes and much, much more, we carry a wide range of quality products, all carefully selected. No pressure, just a welcoming, professional experience you can feel good about. Your new go-to dispensary right here in Coram, Long Island. Stop by Simply Green today.
And we are back here live on the Around the Ropes radio show. Now, Jay, I know we have WrestleMania coming up, and it's a big week for wrestling. Yes. But we have to pay some homage to a little company in Philly that we're still talking about. They're almost 30 years later. ECW. And yesterday was the 29-year anniversary for their first pay-per-view. And we mentioned before the break, but we're happy he can join us for a few minutes to see if they want to bring him in, the quintessential Stud Muffin himself, the man who some could say was one of the key voices and key people in ECW. Want to welcome to the show for a first time. I guess him and I have had our differences before where he has insulted me before, but I take it for what it is.
Yes.
The one and only Joe Gertner. Joe, thank you for some time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I can tell. It's like 8:16 and 45 seconds. You've had me in the green room for a couple minutes.
God.
Commercial, for example, and I'm thinking to myself how apropos that's running on my time leading into my segment.
Way to go, John.
Interviewed by the one and only John Blaine, who obviously 29 years ago, while I was accomplishing great things inside ECW arena, John Blaine was obviously smoking a fat bag and wondering, what if one day I happen to have a podcast and it happens to be successful and I happen to have Joel Gertner on it, and hey, one of those three things aren't bad. I call you John Blaine out of respect to the fact that you're creative enough to try to run with a fake name. We all know that you're really Jordan Blagovitsky. That's okay. If your name really is John Blaine, fine for you. It sounds like a magician name, actually, but I wish you'd disappear, and you haven't yet. You had me on last time, and last time we were talking about an indie fed out of the Philadelphia area. Refresh my memory. Battleground is what they called themselves, and they brought me in. And first, they didn't bring me in forever, however long they were promoting, 5-10 years, and I was sitting 99 miles away in New York City. They never picked up the phone. And then I got in. I called Battleground. I said I have an idea, and of course those ideas led to a whole bunch of creative, most of which I was in charge of, and a lot of it went real well until I was on the roster for about a year or two, however long, what's his name, Tim Embler, saw fit. Then I guess he was able to somehow finagle firing me, but that'll never happen. You can only insult me if I allow it. So I turned around and found a way through corollary ampersand paragraph 6-7 of the New Jersey and Pennsylvania State Athletic Control Board and Commission regulations and rules. I got in being an advisor and an employee of Danny Doring, and that's how I had my manager license. And as for Battleground, I should have told you this a year or two ago whenever I was on. I should have just made a little sealed envelope prediction. But as for Battleground, look at me. Look how the quintessential stud muffin is doing. Look how I present at age 50. And where is Battleground?
I gotta agree with you on that. We don't know where they are right now. I have to agree with you on that. But I want to go back to that infamous name, Barely Legal. Did you think back then that, not even just their pay-per-view, but just ECW as a whole would still be talked about as much as it is now, almost 30 years later?
We hoped so. We knew it was. So, the company, I came in 95. The company started, I want to say, it kind of depends on how you measure when it started, but I think a lot of people would probably go with 92. And this was April of 97. To date, our biggest show, our first pay-per-view, after we had pay-per-view was a real tough nut to crack for us. We had Extreme in our name, and a lot of the pay-per-view carriers thought that we were MMA or No Holds Barred, which at the time was kind of a dead territory. Nobody really wanted to touch. Even UFC was kind of, it was not a good property at the time. It was not valuable real estate to be part of mixed martial arts in its infancy. So that's what a lot of people thought that we were because of our name, and it got us kept off of a lot of characters. We had our own stuff going on. We had some controversial occurrences at some of our shows and some of our TVs, and but yeah, essentially that's what we wanted, was to create something that would stand the test of time, that would live forever, and definitely that would be talked about 29 years later. And I think because of the internet and because of the video library, and because it is now technologically so much easier to keep a legacy of a territory. Listen, I loved World Class Championship Wrestling in Dallas in the 80s. I loved Bill Watts in the 80s. I loved Memphis. I loved it all. But at the time, just doing it off videotapes, it was tough. But now, with the lay of the land and with everything at our fingertips and at our disposal, I think 29 years from now, on the 58th anniversary, people are still going to be talking about it. And yeah, we hope it's a legacy that will live on forever.
Jay?
I'm old, guys. 29 years, and my birthday just passed this Sunday. Jesus, time just certainly flies, doesn't it?
Join the club.
I'm just like, whoa, I'm speechless. I gotta tell you, Joel, when I go to work, I always have a game plan. I always know what I'm gonna do. But when I walk in the door, you know what happens? It just changes completely, and my plan never goes to go. Where I'm going with that is, when Paul kind of set this up, was there really a game plan behind all this, or he just basically knew all your strengths and recent weaknesses of every wrestler, and he just basically trusted you guys to just go out there and put one hell of a show by them?
I don't know. I think that's non-binary. I think the best answers are probably yes and yes. I think, listen, sometimes if you want to plan something small, you got to plan the whole thing big before you can plan the detail. There's so many different aspects of as far as his planning goes. I'm the wrong person to ask. He would know, and he might be one of only a few people that would know. Maybe he would know. Tommy Dreamer might be a decent person to ask that question to, not me. But it's good. Listen, it's good to have a plan. It's good to be flexible. And if things change, it's good to have backup plans, and it's good to be able to go off script, and it's good to be able to improvise, but it's good to have a plan. Tell your friend Blaine, give him some plans. Tell him not to sit on the TV and watch the couch anymore. You know what I mean?
You don't have a plan. You haven't had a plan.
I've been on a plan with this show for 5 years. But Joe, I want to go back. Obviously, on that night, you were managing the Dudleys, and you guys were taking on the Eliminators, Kronos and Saturn.
Great team.
Did you think, back then that working with the Eliminators, that kind of helped the Dudleys kind of get their Hall of Fame career going? Like, do you think they were the right team to help elevate the Dudleys?
I do think so. Yeah, they had size, they had speed. I think Cronus was a good match for Bubba. I think Saturn was a good match for Devon. I think they were a really strong. I think if you put them in a room with 9 other teams and you had to pick the best one to go up against the Dudleys and have a program, I think you'd probably land on the Eliminators. I think there was absolutely nothing wrong with the matchup. I think it really did help the Dudleys. I think it helped elevate the Eliminators as well. I think trading off the tag titles, I think kicking off Barely Legal, I think all of that just epic. And the finisher, Total Elimination, is what unfortunately started me in a neck brace that I've now been wearing for 29 years since yesterday. Not wearing it right now because now the doctor says it's more of it's kind of I don't want to get into the way he explained it to me, just between, we were out having drinks, and we were, as we were shooting pool, my doctor tells me, he's like, okay, the neck brace, it's for, now just make it a neck accessory for cunnilingus support. So I do that, and mind, and I have no complaints. So yeah, but anyway, like I say, 29 years since yesterday, I've been wearing the neck brace, and who knows, that's probably a part of my life forever as well.
Something though happened in that match that we're not talking about, that we should be talking about, right? Basically, Bubba suffered a broken ankle. Talk about how tough you must be to have a broken ankle in Bubba, because you knowing him for so long. How does he do it? Because that was a significant injury, what I saw on the TV when I was watching it. And I was just like, wow, Joel has a front seat. Was there any point that he just told you, hey, it's broken, dude, it's broken? Or you just...
No, not at all, not at the time. And, adrenaline is a crazy drug. Adrenaline is a very powerful chemical. It could help somebody lift a car if they had to save a loved one. And when you have that when you've got all those bright lights on you, and when you've got 4 or 5 TV cameras, and when it's a defining moment where everything needs to go well, it's a superhuman. You will yourself, and anybody who could. I mean, listen, I don't wrestle. I manage. I've taken bumps. I've taken every babyface's finisher in the locker room, and I've taken my fair share of steel chair shots to the head. But I'm not an athlete, and I could never imagine going out there and on a broken ankle or not. I could never imagine doing 99.5% of the stuff that these guys do multiple times a month. So, kudos to all them. Kudos to Bubba and Devon. They were young, man. They were in their 20s. They were at their physical peak, and they were really leaving it all out there.
Joel, I got two final questions from me. You just mentioned before.
Listen, I don't want to burst the bubble, and I don't want to, the fourth wall. You're not paying me to be on tonight. It's kind of out of the kindness of my heart. I don't want to. I would have felt bad asking because I know you don't have two coins to rub together. But please, if they're going to be two questions, if we could maybe keep them to a dull roar, keep them short. I've got times of wasting, and I've got things to do, sir.
Absolutely, be very quick. Actually, I can cut out one question. I'll do the other one then. You were saying before how you've taken every babyface's finishing move. Which one was, which one do you remember to this day being, the most painful one that you took?
Total elimination, and I don't even, again, because the boys do what they do, I'm gonna regret even bringing this up, mentioning it. So I preface with that. I'm answering your question as best I can, best of my ability. I'm giving a technical best answer. I'm not complaining, but I had bruised cartilage from the total elimination, and a bit of a nosebleed in the back after that match. So I've never been seriously injured by any of those finishers. So the first one that comes to mind, maybe because it is mid-April, but if I had to give an answer, and it's a test for me to have to answer that, but if I must, probably total elimination.
I totally get that. Joel, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you giving us a little bit of time tonight, and we'll hopefully have you on again soon, my friend.
Don't mention it. And by don't mention it, I mean, please don't tag me in any of this. Don't even let anybody know I was on the show. It's a real kind of source of embarrassment. I hope you have a great night. If you don't, that's okay too. Oh, and one more thing.
There he is, folks. That's the man right there, chat.
Guys,
missed it.
We're gonna go to another commercial. We'll come back, react to Joel Gertner being on, and we'll get into we'll get back into Vindication as well. You are watching the Around the Ropes Radio Show. Jay and I will be right back right after this.
Right back.
Looking for a new cannabis dispensary you can trust? At Simply Green, we're proudly licensed so you know everything here is safe, tested, and legal. We're family owned and operated, but a highly educated team here to guide you, whether it's your first time or you know exactly what you like. From flower to edibles to vapes and much, much more, we carry a wide range of quality products, all carefully selected. No pressure, just a welcoming, professional experience you can feel good about. Your new go-to dispensary, right here in Coram, Long Island. Stop by Simply Green today.
Hold on.
Today.
Guys, we are back here live on the Around the Ropes Radio Show.
Yeah.
Jay, thoughts? I mean, how awesome was that?
Man, it was so freaking awesome. I never thought I'd be talking to ECW legend. There was so many questions I had to ask him, but the man was never here, so I don't know what we're talking about, John. Back to you.
I guess now I have a heat now with Joel Gertner.
Looks like you guys had heat for a long time over there, buddy.
Yeah, that's another story. I'll explain another time. But no, I was glad to have him on. Obviously, yesterday was the 29th anniversary of Barely Legal, and
Same.
I mean, it's weird to think. I mean, I have the card up here that I was going to go through quickly, and then we'll get back into what else we had on this card.
You had the tag match. I think the first match was the tag match.
No, you actually had two pre-show matches.
I don't watch the pre-show.
You had Luis Capoli defeated actually something we mentioned last week, Balls Mahoney. You also had Chris Chetti and JT Smith took on the full-blooded Italians, which was Little Guido and Tommy Rich.
Oh, God.
Obviously, the match we were talking about before, the Eliminators, which was Kronos and Saturn, defeated the Dudleys to retain the ECW World Tag Team titles. You had Rob Van Dam. Now, how about this for a match? Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm.
But technically, that wasn't the original match. It's supposed to be Chris Candido.
Yeah. You had, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, but you had a 6-man tag match with a bunch of the guys from Japan. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
It was like a 6-man, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You had for the world television title. You had Shane Douglas defeated Pitbull number 2.
Yes. Pitbull was from Raven's Nest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about legendary rivalries in ECW? How about this one? Taz defeated Sabu.
That was crazy. But that was a really good match.
Terry Funk defeated the Sandman and Stevie Richards.
And fought right after.
Yep, to become the number 1 contender for the ECW World Heavyweight title, which then he would end up defeating Raven that night to become the champion. So, I mean, Jay, obviously you saw the event. You know, what are your memories from that show?
Just how crazy and violent it was. I never seen anything like that in wrestling. I had Hulk Hogan figures, Lex Luthor, Macho Man. But you don't see them holding the mats and going through tables and having chairs in their arms and everything. They're holding Slim Jims and stuff like that. So Jay thought that this was something really awesome because let me tell you something, everybody and everybody at home. The 90s was freaking violent city. It was like that for a number of years. I don't care where you live, but where I live in New York, it was a crazy time to be living in the 90s. Violence everywhere. So I got attracted to it because that's what I see every day as a kid. And I watched this event and I thought it was great. Obviously, I'm lucky my mom even let me order. That's the crazy part. But I thought it was one hell of a show. And I truly think it put a statement not only to the company, but also to Terry Funk, because I thought it was all about Terry Funk that night. I thought that it was all about.
But definitely, if you get a chance, definitely go back and try and watch it. I think through the net, through WWE Network and then through Peacock, obviously, I think they took out some of like the original. But if you can find the original version of it,
oh my god, I can't believe they took it out. If they did, ugh.
It's insane to think that's been almost 30 years now. And it's funny that company, but here's what is though. ECW died out when in 2000.
It's got to be early 2000, I would say. I wouldn't say exactly the year 2000. I'm just saying in the early 2000s.
Like early 2000s, and it's 2026, and we're still talking about it.
Well,
that shows you right there, though, the testament.
Talk about it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That the guys that's in that building, I've been fortunate enough through Battleground Championship Wrestling to actually be in that building. And to get a chance to call some of the action. Obviously, the building changed quite a bit from when they were there till I got there. But just to be in those hallowed, I mean, you always talk about, venues that were synonymous with pro wrestling.
Game changer.
Yeah. You had the Sportatorium for World Championship WCCW. You had the Omni down in Atlanta. I'm trying to think here. You have the Garden with MSG. You also have Corrigan Hall for whatchamacallit in Japan. So you have, and then obviously you have the 2300 Arena in Philly. And now, I mean, half those buildings are basically gone or not even in existence anymore. And it's insane. Okay, Jay's back.
Everybody, I didn't even know Amazon delivers at this time. This is the craziest late time that they deliver to my place. Pretty crazy.
But no, what I was just talking about is some of these venues that are synonymous with pro wrestling, and talking about the Omni in Atlanta, talking about obviously you have the Garden.
Forgetting about St. Louis, baby.
Yeah, so obviously you have St. Louis as well. Definitely want to give a shout out to the Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame, who we are the official media partner of. Definitely give them a shout out.
And Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame anniversary 8-year. Congratulations tomorrow.
Congratulations, guys. And I'm still, Jay, I'll put it this way, I'm still riding the high on that whole thing. And it's insane to think that they're about to hit 8 years and we're now a part of what they do. It's incredible.
Well, it's truly an honor. They do great things. This is why they sponsor us, because they see great things in us. And I think it's one hell of an achievement to celebrate 8 years tomorrow. It truly is. And I think a lot of people at home, I know David is in London, and I have old friends all over in Virginia and North Carolina that's watching the show, but they should watch the show and know that St. Louis is real. That's what wrestling is. It's been there for a long time, but they just need to get it on the map, and they're doing that. And the 8 years, God damn it, congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, we're about to have 5 years ourselves. This is coming up this fall.
Thinking about wearing a tux that day.
But no, what I was just saying, though, is you have all these buildings that are so synonymous with pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And ECW, what was so synonymous with them was the 2300 Arena.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever had a chance to be in that building?
Never got a chance.
I had like I said before, I've had the luxury of being in that building now a couple of times between Battleground Championship Wrestling, back when Icons of Wrestling was a thing, and then before WrestleMania 40, when they were in Philly, I was there for the Busted Open party.
You're just VIP everywhere from what it sounds like. Jay's just been home watching it on the TV.
But I want to get back in. I want to get back into Vindication here because Jay, you missed one hell of a show.
No,
on Saturday. Yes, you did.
It's tough. It's too tough. I know, but family.
I get it. Trust me. But like I said before, Vita Von Star is now your new number one contender for Tiffany Grady. And obviously, like I said this before you joined, VPW does have their 20th anniversary show coming up, I think, this weekend, actually. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think Tiffany has a match on that card. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is I'd be very curious to see if Tiffany is still your VPW champion when Off the Rails happens in the end of May. I'd be very curious to see. But we finally got it. We finally got the main event of Off the Rails and that Fatal 4-Way.
Fatal 4-Way.
It will be Papa. Obviously, we knew it was going to be Papa Don. And coming out of Saturday, we now have the 3 other spots. First of all, PJ Savage was not there, so we did not get the PJ Ox Adams.
What?
Instead, we got Isaiah Wolf.
What?
The American Gangster himself. Obviously, Ox won, but there was a little interesting thing that happened afterwards because your buddy there, Mr. Greek Savage.
You got a video.
Oh, basically turned around, and I think the seeds have been planted. That I think there's more issues between Ox and Greek Savage.
Oh, man.
Because Ox turned around Saturday at the show and said,
and?
Hold on. As we get to this comment quickly, he goes, John, I'll make you guys a deal now. If this show rolls on another 5 years to when I'm 50, I'm very hopeful I'll celebrate my 50th birthday in honor of you guys. David?
It's going.
Their show ain't stopping.
It ain't stopping. Maybe late, but they ain't stopping.
Yeah, the show
Amazon may ring the bell, but they ain't stopping.
But, no, what I was saying before, though, was Savage didn't want to acknowledge Isaiah Wolf.
I should.
And Ox turned around and said, he was good. Maybe you're not good. Said that to Greek Savage.
Oh, no.
So is there trouble in the when it comes to Greek Savage? I'm just saying.
You could always recruit somebody.
And then the fourth person who got into so at that point we have Papa Don, we have Ox Adams who was able to retain. Then we had 2 other spots. Daniel Alexander took on Adonis Stone. Fantastic match. The two of them
Told
have
you.
chemistry.
I told you that'd be a sleeper.
Daniel won.
Of course.
And the fourth guy in was the matchup between Anthony Garcia. Yes, guys, it's Garcia, not Garcia.
Hey, forget about it.
Taking on Benny Blanco, who was a last-minute fill-in because of Tony Chia's injury.
Benny Blanco for the Blacks.
I will say one thing. Benny, to me, coming in as late as he did, I thought did phenomenal. Obviously, Anthony got the win. So the Fatal 4-Way for the main event of Off the Rails. We'll see Anthony Garcia, Daniel Alexander, the Greek God Papa Don, and Ox Adams in a Fatal 4-Way for Savage Heavyweight title.
That's going to be an insane match.
And I was saying this, Jay, before you hopped in here. I actually gave DJ Storms a little bit of credit on something. Obviously, I've been around my fair share of independent wrestling, independent companies. And I've seen companies that draw 10 people, and I've seen companies that draw 300 people. Case in point, Creative Pro Wrestling is one. Then, and the funny thing is, like DJ Storms, I was saying this before, DJ Storms is not a promoter in the sense of like some other people. But I see it now with a couple of shows he's done, which I think now this was his fifth, I think fourth or fifth show. He keeps drawing the house.
I think he has a bigger plan because he's just that smart. I think the big plan is let me do all these shows and let me just build my resume so I could get a really big venue in Jersey or elsewhere, but it's basically in Jersey. And what is the biggest venue they have, John? I'm sure there's one that is pretty famous for independent wrestling. Do you know it?
The biggest one I think of would be the.
Is it in Rutherford, Jersey? I know it's somewhere.
You know about the
no.
Or you know about the wrong way.
I'll look it up. But basically, I think he's just building his resume, which you should be. Put on these little shows and get the bigger venue. And I think he will get it in the next year. I'm that confident. I didn't even watch the show completely. And I'm already confident he could do it. He's going to do it.
That's without a doubt. There's
a big arena there in Jersey that draws house for independent wrestling.
And it's something, with, like I said, with him, he has something there. He has something there. He has great commentary team. Me, Mark Donovan. Obviously, most of the time it's Billy. Sometimes it's Gunner Trash. You also have DJ Storms, who does commentary from time to time. I'm not sure. You have to stay tuned for the show in May. I'm not sure how commentary is going to work out for the show in May, because I did hear that one of them will not be there. I'm not sure who. So you have to definitely stay tuned for that one. And I think the biggest story, I know it's early. I know we still got over a month to go till we get to Off the Rails. But I think one of the biggest stories that we have to look at with Off the Rails is what we were talking about before with Savage and Ox.
Can I just say, I think it's called the Rahway Recreation Center.
Yeah, Broadway Rec Center.
That's the one I think he's really eyeing his eye. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the one where WrestlePro runs.
Yeah.
That's
where Storm will get.
Yeah. But no, but what I was going to say though is you look at what, he has the right, and I think also a lot of it is because he has the right team there. He has the right team. He has the right pieces, and it's something that, like I said, I think as long as he continues this momentum and continues to put the work in like he's been doing, the sky's the limit.
John, I think you should tell people the truth. Tell them the truth before I tell them.
Well, I'm telling him the truth. I'm giving him.
No, there's something you're hiding. You're not telling the chat. No. You're not telling everybody. Tell him, John. Tell him, or I'm going to tell him.
Okay, tell him, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Chat, everybody. John misses the commentary. He was basically there behind the commentary. I could see it in his eyes during the shorts I've been watching over this past weekend. I could see that he has the drive for it. He just lives it. He hears it. He breathes it. He studies it. John, tell everybody you still miss it. Tell everybody you want to be commentating some of those matches coming up.
Oh, I would love to, but honestly, I look at it this way. Between me, Mark Donovan, and what they have, with the chemistry him and Billy have, and then Gunner and DJ Storms, I'm okay being the sub. I'm okay being the fill-in when one of them can't be there. I have no issue.
Be a backstage interview.
Well, I think eventually that was brought up to DJ Storms already, and I think he said something about that's going to be something later on that he wants to look into. But, I mean, Jay, I look at this way. I've called matches already. This is why I'm like, I've had my moment. Through Battleground, through the last probably 4 or 5 shows they did before they took this hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
There were some matches that they had that I was on call, that I called. That, I mean, great case in point here. Dream match. Jake Hager versus James Storm. Who do you think called that match? Wasn't Michael Cole.
I feel sorry for Storm wrestling Hager, but
that dream match, I called that dream match.
That's awesome. You miss it. You miss it.
So I look like I've had, especially I got to call matches in the 2300 arena. So the fact that I got to call some of these matches.
We have a comment in the chat. Yeah. This is really good because I don't see your cowboy hat. You should wear a cowboy.
David over on Facebook goes, I'd love to be able to see John get his Jim Ross on it. Who knows?
Kind of looks like Jim Ross for a distance, right?
No, I've been told they look more like Pat Oswalt, the comedian.
What the heck? All right.
The from King of Queens.
I got it. But, I'm a Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock type of dude, man.
So I got it. I'm going to ask our lovely Wizard of Wilson there when he redoes the intro that he's going to give all of us nicknames, where it's going to be John Blaine, a.k.a. Patton Oswalt, Jay, a.k.a. Damian Priest, and Ray, a.k.a. Tony D'Angelo. Which I want to touch quickly on before we get to the top of the hour, because like I said, guys, hour number 2, there's going to be no WWE, there's going to be no AEW talk, there's going to be no NWA talk, no independent wrestling talk, because, guys, we are 5 days away, actually, sorry.
Ooh.
From the biggest show.
Not the biggest.
Of the year, out in Vegas, that after last night's Monday Night Raw, I'm actually invested. I'm quite invested in. No, Jay, I am. And I'll explain why. But before we get into that, I want to get your thoughts quickly. Let's see what we got here. We got JB instead of JR.
Yeah. He said he's invested in WrestleMania after last night's Monday Night Raw. What? Did you get the right date when you put it on Netflix on which Monday Night Raw you saw?
Yes. Especially Oba and Brock.
Did we just repeat the same thing we ended with the last week to start this week?
We're going to get into that in a little bit. But, Jay, I want to get your thoughts quickly. Did you get a chance to see Dynasty at all?
Listen, there was a lot of wrestling this past week, but Jay saw everything. Everything.
So, quickly, what do you think about what Dynasty was, what they did?
I'm going to be honest. I think Dynasty is going to be better than WrestleMania.
Really?
Jay really thinks so. I thought it was one hell of a great show. Now, is it something to AEW standards? Absolutely not. But was it a good show? Did it have good matches from back to back? Was the crowd hot? Yeah, it was. And the main event delivered. The opening match delivered with the Bucks and Takeshita. I love that whole story that he's got with Okada. It played perfectly. Jericho and Ricochet match. I was surprised at that. I really thought it was a snore. It kind of wasn't. It got me interested. I can't believe he lost. I'm shocked about that, especially in Canada. I thought they had some good bangers there, John. Did you watch it? Because
I got a chance to see. I got a chance to see clips of it, and a couple of them kind of surprised me a little bit. I figured, especially like the tag titles, for example.
That was a good match too.
Oh, it was a great match. Don't get me wrong. And I think FTR, when you get FTR and Cope and Cage in the ring together, you're going to get history. But again, you talk about Cope and Cage, or let me call them who everybody knows them as, Edge and Christian, who last I checked were part of those TLC matches from 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
With two other teams. Oh yeah, called the Hardys and the Dudleys. At FTR, I think now this match more was like they always make the kind of like you had your generational matches, and this was more of like the generational type of thing because FTR is now what Edge and Christian were 20 years ago. If that makes sense.
And it delivered.
And it
was hot. It was great. Table spots, this and that. I loved every minute of it. Thought it was a good match. I was surprised they lost. I actually had them winning. I was surprised.
I was surprised they lost because I figured, knowing that your next pay-per-view is Double or Nothing, and it's right literally in your backyard of Queens, I really figured you were going to have, unless, I mean, I saw somebody on Facebook put out a theory, which actually isn't a terrible theory. At Double or Nothing, you do a number one contenders match. Somehow at All In July, I think it's July or August, you do a TLC match of Cope and Cage, the Young Bucks, FTR for the tag titles.
You just want to see it all. You love the violence. You love the violence.
Oh, but I thought that was, I'll say this right now, MJF to me, I can't say anything bad about the kid. He can hang with the best. He can hang with the best on the microphone. I mean, we've seen it before. Go back to his match he had with Bryan Danielson at I think it was Winter Is Coming.
Something like that.
Where they really went like the hour limit. And then not only that, you also had, his match. I mean, he went up against Kenny Omega. I mean, he definitely has it. He definitely has everything. And it's something that he's fantastic to see. Obviously, he's also a graduate of Creative Pro. They seem to churn out wrestlers in Creative Pro like it's something else.
Yeah, and the thing AEW does great is that they're actually using their storylines and implicating it in matches. You see that with MJF and Kenny when he gave him the shot to the gut with the ring. We've seen it with the Young Bucks and Okada and Takeshita, how they were going at it and how Takeshita left them dry. So I love how they're implicating the story and moving forward with it, and they keep going and going, and it's becoming into really good matches, especially what we saw from FTR and Cage and Cope. All
right, let's get to some comments here because friend of the show, Total Tom, actually has a question.
Hungry.
Yeah, I guess he's hungry. I'm having trouble finding to eat, guys.
I don't really live where you live, but I will get some Spanish food because that sounds really, really good. Like some rice and beans, a little bit of, breaded steak.
Well, Total with Tom actually has a big thing coming up May 1st. ISPW has their 30-man, their golden ticket rumble.
Yeah, I've seen clips online.
Yes. It was already announced. One of the segments we're going to have is Total with Tom in the ring with ISPW General Manager, the one and only Rob Williams.
Oh, yeah, baby.
He goes, yummy. He goes, I will post.
Should. I mean, Spanish food will not only get you filled up, you still have leftover. That's what I love about Spanish food. You eat a little bit, you can't eat everything. Hey, you got food for lunch tomorrow.
Oh, before we get further, I do want to give a shout out. when we were in Jersey, Amanda and I went to a place called These Freaking Empanadas, which is run by Mike Morgan, who does Ace Wrestling. If you've never had, these are authentic empanadas.
The freaking best, huh?
We had.
You're drooling. You're already drooling.
Yeah, that's how much I freaking want another one. But he has. If you definitely go get a chance, go to the store. You're not gonna. And then they also have their own soda. And American. It's in Woodbridge, I think. It's called These Freaking Empanadas. They're not open. Obviously, they're not open now. It's already 5 to 9. They're open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7.
I think Clifton has a La Cantina out there.
Yes.
Van Holden Ave. So you should try that. Jay doesn't know Jersey, but Jay will try to point you in the right direction.
Let me look it up quickly now before I forget.
We also got one thing. Shout out to Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. God damn it, it's 80 years tomorrow. Congratulations, boys, and everybody there. We are proud to be the sponsor of you. This is great. This is absolutely a tremendous, tremendous achievement, everybody. So shout out everybody. Chat, shout them out. 8-year anniversary of Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. Damn it, it's just a big achievement. I can't keep saying it again, chat. That's just what it is. Go ahead.
It's in the address. I have it right here. It's 251 Valley Boulevard in Woodbridge, New Jersey.
I got to read a comment because this comment is just, we got to ask John this. Total with Tom, our great buddy, said, I was at Federal Donuts in Philly this weekend and thought of you, John Blaine. John, what's up with that? What the hell is a Federal Donut?
It's at the 2300 Arena in Philly. It's the restaurant right next door. Another great. Now I'm getting hungry. Thanks.
I don't know if you're getting hungry or orgasm. I don't know what's going on.
But guys, we're gonna take another break.
Woohoo! Gotta pay the bills.
It's time.
Gotta pay the bills.
We're gonna actually have a moment of zen first. Then we're gonna have a break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're going to have our first go-home edition of our predictions for what we will be seeing here.
I know it.
Little event happening this weekend. What's that event? You might have heard of it. It's called, Wrestlemania. So we'll be right back right after this moment of zen, and then we're going to hear from our friends over at Flow Wrestling. We'll be right back after this.
What?
Heavyweights in the ring throwing down, sweat and fury, muscles bound, adrenaline pumping through the veins, clouds roar louder than a train, fast heroes leap from the ropes, chasing dreams and crushing their opponents' hopes, like legends under the lights, in this arena where champions collide. Welcome to the fantastic League of Wrestling, where every clash is myth and dream. Champions rise and some will fall, but every warrior gives their all. Flow, 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 flow. From underdog to mighty champ in this Coliseum's fiery camp, standing tall through
I gotta say it. Guys, welcome back to the Around the Ropes Radio Show, hour number 2. And guys, it's finally here. We are a few days away. We don't know what the set looks like, by the way, yet, and that's a funny story in itself. But we are a few days away from WrestleMania 42, happening this weekend live from Allegiant Stadium out in Las Vegas. And guys,
Unbelievable.
it's insane to think, because I'll be honest, when the card first started to get put together,
Go ahead, preach. I want to hear this.
I remember being on the show, and we weren't too invested.
I was.
Because it kind of felt very hot shot, almost very much like, what the hell are they going with this? But over time, I have to give them props. Certain matches, they made it seem much bigger. And we're going to go over now the way I have to set up, okay? I have the matches here, but we're going to do them based off which day they are, okay? Even though they're going to be in a specific order, that's not going to be the order specifically for Saturday and Sunday. And
Is this a joke? Are you really invested, or?
yeah.
Oh my God.
David over on Facebook goes, there were more matches planned this year. Yeah.
Oh, come on, David. No. No.
And then Tom said, John and I were there for WrestleMania 40.
And in a few minutes, we will give everybody a federal donut. So stay tuned. It will go out.
Well, let's get started with it. And then actually, Dad, if you're ready. Dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to bring in another person to help make our predictions for this.
There we go.
You've heard of this before.
How you doing?
There he is.
But let's get started here because, guys, we have a lot of matches happening. Let's start off with the 2 pre-show matches, okay? I'm going to send it to you first.
Mm-hmm.
You have Division, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, who are your current Raw Tag Team Champions, with iShow Speed taking on the Usos and LA Knight. How do you see that one playing out, and who do you see winning?
I can see the Usos and LA Knight actually losing. iShow Speed is a waste. I don't get what the point of him in being there is. I don't see. And Austin Theory's terrible. He was bad before. Why would he be good now?
Logan Paul's a really good one.
Logan Paul's good, but he can't win a match with 1 against 3.
No. So are you saying then you see
Usos, yeah.
And LA
Yeah.
Knight?
Oh, yeah.
Jay, what about you?
I have to go the opposite. Unfortunately, I don't want to see iShow Speed on the show or in my television ever again. But he has a lot of million followers, and this is the Generation Z, and it's all about social media. What better way to get a victory and blast WWE and WrestleMania even more than iShow Speed winning?
Yeah, I mean, that's – and it's funny. We got a comment coming in here from Shamika. Danhausen curses all.
Should curse WrestleMania. It's been cursed.
Honestly, so Jay, you have Division and iShow Speed then, right?
Right.
This one's a tough one because I think with them, especially you have to remember this is on ESPN. This isn't going to be on through the app. You're going to have a lot more eyes. This is like back in the day, if you remember when they used to have the actual pay-per-views and used to have the hour almost like free show beforehand.
Yeah.
This is when I was listening to Bust Open today. They made a great comment. You're going to have more eyes on you in the free show than you are on the pay-per-view. And I think the problem is, as much as I would first of all, I think this match is stupid because they just won the tag titles and this is what you're going to do. But on the flip side, I can see where WWE's coming from. But as far as who do I see winning this, I got to agree. I got to agree with you. I think it's going to be the Usos and LA Knight.
Okay.
Because just for the sole reason, I can see iShow Speed turning face and punching Austin Theory or Logan Paul.
I don't think iShow Speed's going to be in the match that much.
No.
At all. I think he's going to be standing on the side kind of rooting him on like a cheerleader.
Yeah. Then you also have an unsanctioned match. Now, mind you, I read something. This is only the second time in the 42 WrestleManias that there's an unsanctioned match.
Why is it unsanctioned match? What's the point of it?
Basically, what that means, and I'll explain to you watchers who don't know. Basically, it means that whatever happens to them, the WWE, the state of Nevada, cannot be held liable.
Silly.
Ridiculous. Okay.
Yes. Now, I'm going to go first on this one. First of all, I think this is beyond weird how these two guys, Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre, have basically been almost killing each other every week on TV. And they're on the free show. Now, personally to me, there's been a lot of reports coming out right now that Drew McIntyre is currently filming the Highlanders reboot movie that they're doing. I have a strange feeling Jacob Fatu is going to go nuts. It's going to get to a point, not just him, that this match is going to get nuts, that I can see the scenario playing out where Nick Aldis gets involved. Because we've been seeing him, every so often kind of putting himself in. And Drew McIntyre snaps and claymores Nick Aldis. And then I can see the scenario playing out where all of a sudden Jacob Fatu literally, it gets to the point that Drew has to get carted out of the stadium because it's that bad. He then goes off, does the movie, all that stuff. SummerSlam comes back, Drew McIntyre and Nick Aldis in Minnesota.
Aldis is wrestling?
I can see he's
Yeah, it's John's wish for the past few months. He wants to see Nick.
Yes.
Is he really?
So I think for
Why
that
does he wrestle out of PS?
I think for that one, I'd say give me Jacob Fatu. Jay, what about you?
You're so passionate in watching Nick Aldis coming back to wrestle. It just entertains Jay. But I'm going to go with Drew, and I'm going to tell you why. I always thought it should be Orton and Drew for the championship. I hate it when they change it and put Cody. And Drew's been screwed the last few months. I would be highly upset if I were to lose at WrestleMania. Not only that I'm on this pre-show, that it's for free. I'm not even on the main card, for God's sakes. Even though I had the best storyline going, one of the best storylines, and I got screwed out of the title and out of the main event once again. I got to give it to Drew, guys. I got to.
We got a comment coming here from Shamika who says, I don't know why people are so upset about celebrities involved in WrestleMania. Celebrities have always been involved in WrestleMania. It's the only, obviously you guys know this better than me. Celebrities have basically been involved in WrestleMania since the first one, right?
Yeah.
There were some pretty bad ones. Do you guys remember that Jersey Shore bad one?
They're the ones that started WrestleMania. Who's gonna?
No, but I'm saying is, that you always had celebrities at WrestleMania.
Yeah, at the beginning they had Liberace and Ali was there.
Yeah.
And, it was kind of silly. Now they
Lauper, who should have been in the Hall of Fame. God damn it.
Now they just sit him in the crowd.
So who do you have? Jacob Fatu or Drew McIntyre?
I like Fatu. He's a whack job. He also got a new tattoo. Did you see it?
Yes.
He got a new Polynesian arm tattoo.
Now, for the actual card itself, we had, now again, I'm only doing this based off which day they are. It's not going to be in this specific order. Stephanie McMahon takes on Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Jay, I'll go with you first on this one.
It has to be Liv. Stephanie Valquez's reign has been lame. It's been not even consistent. I did never even see her cut promos only until WrestleMania, for God's sakes. I didn't even know she was the champion because I don't see her on TV. And now I see these video statements of her like with subtitles. It just turns me off completely. I think we need to give it a Liv. We need to give it to somebody everybody knows, everybody likes. She gets a pop. And she got not only that, a big bump on her forehead. So let's just give Liv the belt. It's where it belongs.
Before I give my prediction, let's go back to the comments here. What's his face? Ray, I know this is Ray's account, says, yes, you've always had celebrities there, but you haven't had them involved in the storyline to the point that they've had to change the storyline.
Cyndi Lauper, the singer. No.
Donald Trump.
Jay, question.
Cyndi Lauper, the singer.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
Could have been Hall of Famer.
Liv Morgan, Stephanie McMahon.
Stephanie McMahon never wrestles.
No, you're right. She
She
doesn't.
never wrestles. She's not. She certainly can't call herself a fighting champion. She doesn't fight.
No.
I mean, she does this stupid kiss of death move. It's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. The hell's that crap? Liv Morgan screams a lot.
Yeah, and especially now that she just had a music video come out.
I think it's terrible to see it.
Wait,
I told you the other day, she's awful.
hold on. There was music in there?
She screams the same way she does in a match.
I didn't even tell there was music in
She's
there.
screaming in music.
But who do you see Liv walking out of the
I think
gym?
Liv. Yeah, I think Liv.
I gotta.
I don't like Liv, but I don't see Stephanie. I don't think Stephanie McCoy has ever shown anybody that she knows what she's doing.
Not only that, I think the problem is you put on Liv, you could actually do something with her. I feel like with Stephanie.
I mean, who's Stephanie actually fought except for Liv's 300 times?
Yeah.
Has
she fought Raquel.
Yep.
She fought Raquel Rodriguez.
We have a run in.
Now on and only Ray from Boston.
So Jay, real quick. When they were doing the subtitle promos for Shinsuke, if I recall, didn't you say you thought those were good? Yeah, you did. So what's the difference between the Shinsuke subtitle promos and the Vakir subtitle promos?
You don't need it. That's what I'm trying to say. She doesn't need it. And the way they're presenting it, it feels like they need it. And they don't. I think she was better the way she was talking. But let's face it, her championship reign absolutely sucked.
No,
she hasn't been on TV.
It has been very
and her greatest feud. Her greatest
feud that she
feud
wrestled was, I think it was confirmed like May 16th. March 16th.
And her greatest feud was Raquel Rodriguez. It's a big joke. It really is. I'm not saying that Raquel is a bad wrestler, but it's a big joke. And if you're presenting her with subtitles when she doesn't need it, by the way, because she speaks English and Spanish, and you should have somebody represent bilingual out there, not have them in a freaking video that I'm just watching, paying $1,200 a seat in the front row. It's absolutely ridiculous. But that's the way they're presenting it. And they present her by not having her on the show, or they have her in backstage segments for 40 seconds trying to cut a promo against Liv. I mean, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing?
I'm trying to figure out if you're putting the whole onus on this on her, or are you?
No, I'm putting it on the whole creative. That's where Jay's going with this.
So it's less.
It's the whole creative. I'm not saying that she's out there and she said, "Hey, Paul Levesque, I think this will work." They're trying to do things that they shouldn't do. You don't freaking. If something is working, you don't fix it. Let it run. It was working. The only problem is you did not present Stephanie Valquer to everybody here and everybody watching at home and everybody that paid $1,200 a seat. So what are we getting out of our champion? I need somebody that has a face. I need somebody that the legend John Fowler himself said to scream. I need somebody that put asses to seat. At the moment, Stephanie was that person until the booking just failed her completely. And now I'm watching all this subtitles and everything, which Jay shouldn't even be watching. Shouldn't even be watching this.
Hi, Ray.
What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's going on? I got cut loose early, so here I am.
Good. You hear wrestling predictions. What's your choice, Stephanie Valquer, Liv Morgan?
I would like to say that it's going to be Steph, but the way that it's going right now, the way that it's being presented, especially with the release of Liv's Billboard song, I'm going to go that it's probably going to be Liv. Am I happy about that? No, but am I also happy with the way that Stephanie's title run has gone, knowing that Creative has done her dirty and she's better than what Creative has given her? Yeah. So I guess at this point, yeah, it's Liv, but it doesn't really matter. Because TKO and Creative is going to fuck it up anyway.
Of course they are. Ray, before we go further, I just want to get your predictions on the other three matches, another two matches, actually, sorry, for the pre-show, because that's all the only matches you missed.
Okay.
So quickly, the Vision and ISHO Speed takes on the Usos and LA Knight. Who do you have winning?
I swear to God, if it's not Usos and Knight, I'm throwing my granddaughter's foot through the TV. Like, I'm not even putting my foot through the TV. I'm throwing her foot through the TV.
And then we got Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Unsanctioned.
That one could go either way, and I would be happy with either way. I would like to see Jacob win, but at the same time, I feel like Drew needs like a redemption arc after the way they fucked him out of the title.
That's what I said.
Yes, but the thing is, you have to realize he has a movie he's filming.
He
So
what?
they can easily, they have to figure out a way to write him off TV.
What movie is he doing? Don't say Highlander. Is it Highlander?
It's the Highlanders.
No shit.
Yeah, he's,
All right, then give it to Jacob. Give it to Jacob.
On.
I don't even know what he's doing.
Screwing around. Are they screwing around Drew like they screwed around with Bret Hart years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And what did it get them? Nothing.
They got them a very pissed off Diana Hart.
Yeah.
You know, Owen, but let's move on here, shall we? For the women's IC title, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Ray, I'll throw it to you first. What do you got? Actually, that way.
I think it's going to be Becky. I think this is Becky's get back. You're going to have AJ Lee beat her 3 times clean? That doesn't really do much for your fucking stud of the women's division.
So
Especially since she's the full-timer and AJ is the part-timer.
So you got Becky. Who do you have?
Becky. I think Becky.
You got Becky.
AJ's okay. That move she does is kind of AJ's move is a little bizarre.
Well, the Black Widow.
Yeah, whatever she does, it's a little ridiculous.
I've seen that a couple of times.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Jay, what about you? Who do you have?
I gotta agree with your pods. Every time she does it, I feel like she's gonna like mess up. Like I don't know.
I feel like it's going to go into the page
Every time
burner,
I see it, it's
and
like,
it doesn't. It just stops.
yeah, I'm like,
you got to for the flyers.
Jay, who do you got?
I got Becky, but this could be probably match of the night if they pulled it off correctly.
I got it. So it's a clean sweep. Then I think Becky wins as well. I can tell you right now, this next match, I don't know many people who actually care about this match, not because of who's in it, but because of the build. And that is the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, featuring the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, takes on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, takes on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and the Bella Twins. Which, by the way, as of now, we still don't know if the Bella Twins are officially still in the match because we don't know the status of Nikki Bella. So there's been rumblings that they might pull the Bellas and put. I've been hearing rumblings of Raquel and Roxanne being put into this match. So I don't
That'll
know.
make it so much better.
So,
That's time everybody goes to the bathroom.
unfortunately, I hate to say it, this is going to be the bathroom
That's
match.
the bathroom break match.
It is.
If you take it off of Nia and Lash Legend, you do them a huge disservice.
No, I
don't care if you take it off of them. I don't care who puts it on, who you put it on. You're doing a disservice to Nia and Lash Legend, Lash especially. The Irresistible Forces need to win this one.
Yeah, I think for this one, I think putting the belt on Charlotte and Alexa does nothing. Bayley and Lyra does nothing. It does nothing really for any of the other teams.
I'm waiting for the Bayley Lyra heel turn, and I feel like it could come at this junction.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, now here we go. One of the matches. Hold on. Are we all in agreement on that one?
No.
David Reynolds saying the boss of Boston is here. Thank you very much, David. Appreciate that. Greek
really?
Savage, your favorite, John. He says, beat John's ass again. Thanks.
I saw
He
the
said
video.
Bella Twins winning 100%. I hope
I
not.
call bull on that one.
He said, spoiler alert, it's a fact.
Might.
We don't know if the Bella Twins are going to be in the match.
I
Because
think
of
he's busting
Nikki.
your balls, John.
I know he
And,
is. I know he is, and he put out a nice video of myself from the show this past weekend. Definitely go check it out. It's on
I
Instagram.
will.
I can see the Bellas winning as almost like a tribute to an old timer, and then they'll lose then they'll lose at Raw.
Yeah, I can see that.
I wouldn't be shocked.
The
I can see
Bellas
that.
did nothing when they were at the quote-unquote top of the division. The Bellas do nothing now. The Bellas were not the women's revolution that the revisionist WWE historians are trying to pull off. That was never them. In fact, Emma Paige and AJ were trying to essentially phase them out because of the fact that they were the standard Divas champions. So no, I don't want the Bellas to do anything, sheerly off of the fact that Stephanie is trying to say that it was her and the Bellas that revolutionized the women's division. And because I hate revisionist history, I am railing against it 110% all the time.
Well, that's what you got here. Seth Rollins takes on the Ring General, Gunther. Jay, I thought you first. What do you got?
From all this silliness I've been watching, I'm going with Gunther.
Okay, you got Gunther. Ray, what about you?
I'm trying to think of if Seth wins, where does he go from there? Like, what does a win over Seth do as far as advancing both any storyline with him and Gunther? And like, I can't think of anything. However, I go back to my previous statement from weeks ago, whereas if you have Gunther win, you can, further his career killer gimmick by Paul double-crossing Brock as he has done 5 times already, and saying, your payment that you requested is, Brock's retirement match without Brock even knowing.
Yeah, that's where I think they're going with this whole thing.
So
And
I'm going with Gunther.
yes, I got it. So who do you have, Gunther or Seth?
I think Seth is too much already. He's all over the place. He comes, he goes, he comes, he goes. He's good, he's bad.
That's what she said.
I hope Gunther wins. I really do.
Yeah,
I think Gunther deserves it. I think he's a good wrestler, Gunther. Probably the best one today in WWE.
no, I definitely could see that. Let's get to some of these comments here because Greg Savage looks like he's having a conniption right now.
Sorry. Seth is going to lose. Sorry.
I am in agreement.
Nikki Bella was holding it down, and for you to not acknowledge that is stupid. Well, then I'm fucking stupid because I don't acknowledge it. Sorry, Greek.
And then he says,
I think the Bells are overrated.
hold on.
Truthfully.
Okay, you know what's funny? Pull up his next comment, though, because that's an interesting thing. Seth can't lose at Mania. Gunther can.
Why?
Well, then what does that say about Seth? If Seth can't lose at WrestleMania and needs the Mania win, then is he not the big star that everybody thinks he is? Because if you're the big star that everybody thinks you are, then you should be Teflon at this point in your career, and the loss shouldn't matter.
No, and
Why can't Seth lose?
I think also,
No, but if somebody says that, there's got to be a reason behind it.
yeah, that
Why can't you can't just say you can't lose with nothing to back it up?
What's the reason, Savage?
yes, Savage, explain yourself.
I'm sure
What's the reason, Savage?
he'll get to it. He'll get to tell us.
Well, no, my thing is this though. If
I think Seth loses being buried to
I thought he was gonna fall. Jesus Christ, John.
All right, that's what he does. He likes to scare people at night.
no, phone's okay.
I heard the clatter, and I was just waiting for the image of him just going backwards.
No, but as far as this match, this is set up that Gunther has to win because you don't have Gunther after literally you went 3 months or 4 months even of him retiring Goldberg, Cena, and AJ Styles.
I mean, especially more so the fact that you had him retire Cena and AJ Styles essentially back to back.
Yeah, and you don't put him on the Mania card initially, and you don't have him win here. To me, that I feel like he loses all that momentum that he got from going through all those retirements, and eventually, I will get into this in a little bit. If this is leading to him and Brock at SummerSlam, you can't have him going in there coming off of a loss to Rollins.
See, I think Gunther harkens back to the ultimate bad guy.
Yeah.
That's what he is. There's no good. He's automatically bad. He's never going to become a face. It's never going to happen. So let him be a bad guy and beat all the good guys. Who cares?
Next match we got here is...
That's what I think I had to discuss it. Sorry about that.
No, you're okay. Next match here should be your main event of night number 1. For the WWE Undisputed title, Randy Orton challenges Cody Rhodes, where there is a stipulation. If Orton loses, McAfee will leave professional wrestling business for good.
Who cares what McAfee does?
Fuck.
McAfee's a clown.
So now let me ask you guys this question. Let me go Ray first on this one because I think he has something to say about this one. So Ray, Cody, Randy, who do you got?
Randy absolutely should win, but if the stipulation is that Randy loses and McAfee is done with professional wrestling for the rest of our eternity, then fucking Randy, Finger folk, not Pinger folk,
Finger poke of doom.
Finger poke of doom. Just fucking finger poke of doom it. Like seriously, fucking finger poke Randy 1, 2, 3, and then on Raw have the rematch. Like fucking A.
I would go a step further. Have Cody give Pat McAfee his receipt from the start.
I hate to quote Busted Open because I feel like that's unoriginal, right? We should be able. We're old enough and we're fans long enough that we should be able to come up with our own opinions and thoughts, right? However, I do believe Bully Ray said it fantastic. He alliterated it perfectly. He said, I don't want to see Cody give McAfee a fucking wrestling move. I don't want to see my white meat golden boy baby face do a wrestling move when he's trying to give somebody a receipt. I want him to brutalize McAfee. And I kind of said, yeah, that makes sense. That McAfee should be the point of the snap. Like when Cody snaps and goes into that blind rage, McAfee should be the focal point of that. And then carry that rage over to Drew towards the end of the match. And, Randy. Carry it over to Randy at the end of the match. And then, call it a day. McAfee's out of the fucking WWE. Hopefully Randy gets a rematch for 15 at Raw and wins because I really don't want Golden Balls to have the belt anymore.
So you have Randy winning then? Or you have Cody?
If done right, it should be Cody. Personally, I want Randy.
All right, Jay, what about you?
I think they're going to play it by the crowd. I think we're not going to have a definite winner. I think we're going to play it by the crowd. And I'm going to go with Cody as much as I hate it.
No, I thought you were going with Dusty Finish.
No, I'm going with him just for the fact of what I've seen. I'm seeing that even though this McAfee absolutely makes no sense whatsoever in the storyline, probably one of the worst I've ever seen. It's basically a whole not only ESPN thing. Everybody knows McAfee. We know what he's about. We know what he brings. Everybody wants to see him get his ass whipped.
But what does he bring?
He brings, I'll tell you what he brings. He brings a shield. He's basically getting the fans to react to Cody in a positive way. Because before he even came on, Cody was getting sort of not only mixed reactions, he was also getting a negative reaction.
Oh, he was getting booed.
The only time all three of us were in agreement was in MSG, because John was there, that he actually was getting a pop. So there was a turnaround. And then McAfee made it even better. Basically shielding this guy, not only getting booed, but getting cheered. And hopefully we could bring that towards WrestleMania, because that's what the company wants to see, not last year's disaster, I call it, a main event, where Cody was booed throughout the entire match, 20 minutes. So I think they're going to go this route. I think it's going to be an audible. I think they have Randy locked, but I think it will change to Cody. And it's on the crowd.
So you got Cody then?
I have Cody, unfortunately.
You go.
I don't know. I think it'll be wild if Cody does a heel turn at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
If they do the double turn,
Wouldn't that be wild? That'd be wild.
The double turn has not been done since Austin Brett.
That'd be great. That'd make the whole show.
I think
Yeah. That was some tickets.
Take that off, dust it off, and throw the double turn out there.
I think we are getting a double turn, but I don't think it's that match.
Why not?
No, I think there is going to be another match where we get a double turn.
I think I'm in with John in this one. I think we're in sync. I think I know.
I know, and it's not that one.
Yep.
Hey, pause before.
Hold
Real quick. Did anybody catch the end of Raw last night? And did you guys already talk about that?
No, we haven't.
We get into that when we get into.
Okay, because
so let's move on.
The fuck?
Yeah.
When we get into night number 2, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna kind of go back and forth a little bit with a couple of matches, but what do you have?
Yeah.
I'm tired of Cody. I hope Randy wins. I really do.
I'm
getting tired of Cody with the story, and it's enough already. Here's something.
Here's my thing.
My daddy. Oh God.
Here's my thing. I want Randy to win. I want him to get title number 15. And
I heard they've known each other for like 30 years. Those two.
Yeah. They started.
They were kids.
A faction back in the day called Legacy.
Yeah.
That was him. That was them. I'm going to just say this much. We've seen the promos already since Pat McAfee has been there. Between Cody, CM Punk. I would almost want Randy to win. Maybe get help from Pat McAfee. I'm just saying maybe. Because you want to talk about a story you can have going into SummerSlam. And all of a sudden have it be where everybody keeps talking about eventually having a Team TKO versus Team WWE. I think you could easily set it up perfectly. And then all of a sudden be like, also then you could have Adam Pearce turn around to Randy Orton and say, oh, you're defending the title here. And it'll be like, well, did you run it past TKO? And really play into that a little bit.
I just had a problem with McAfee. I think he's making the whole thing too cartoonish.
The problem is
I don't know what he's doing there. There's no reason for him to be there. It's ridiculous.
They're making it
never any point or reason for him to be there. You had a fucking storyline 20 years in the making, and you just let them do their fucking jobs.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to go a step further. I read something that it was supposed to be Vince McMahon.
To do what?
To be that mystery person.
He's 80 years old.
No.
Doesn't count his money.
No, but the thing is, when the whole thing
he even remembers where he put it.
With Janelle Grant, she came out with more stuff. That's why they had to pivot. McAfee, I don't understand why, but I think if done right, you have an easy story here.
But what they're charging, I want something deeper than an easy story.
But
once I can sink my teeth into.
Guys, we're going to take another quick break. Come back, talk night 2 of WrestleMania, included what we saw at the end of Raw last night with Roman and Punk, and what we saw with Oba and Brock.
Amazing.
So we'll get into all that right after this. You are listening to the Ron Radio Show. We'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
We're back here live on the On the Ropes Radio Show. One, just to make a quick mention before we get to night 2. This weekend, obviously, it is WrestleMania weekend, but it's also the weekend of 420. And if you're into that type of stuff, it's a big weekend. Go check out Simply Greens. They're having, between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, they're having live music, food trucks, the whole 9 yards. I know Saturday, the real-life Peter Griffin will actually be there.
Oof.
At there, so I'm hoping I can get there before I go to my WrestleMania party. But again, that happens this weekend. If you are in the Coram, New York area, definitely go check them out. They have been great sponsors for the show. But guys, before we get into night 2 of WrestleMania, I want to touch on 2 things quickly that we saw last night from Monday Night Raw. And first one is the Oba and Brock promos. Now, you got a chance to see Monday Night Raw, right? Let me throw this to you first then. With Oba, you've been watching wrestling for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think about him with this whole presentation?
My only problem with Ober, I think they're pushing him up way too fast. I think they're pushing him up really fast. I don't think he's gonna. If you want to talk about the match, I don't think he's gonna be. I hope he does.
We're gonna get into that in a little bit, but
I don't know. I mean, this strut thing is just getting annoying already.
Well, that's his
shtick. But enough with the shtick. He's a good wrestler.
But with him, and everybody always talks about this, he has the aura about him.
Well, he's got a thing about it. He does.
I mean, I read this today. It's his first match was not even 3 years ago.
Yeah. He's really going fast.
Now, last night we saw it in his promo. And there was about this actually, again, Ray, going back to what you said. You know, I don't want to keep reiterating what they said on Busted Open, but they made a point, though. You're in the ring. It's the go-home show before WrestleMania. And you're Oba Femi, and who are you going to promo in front of? Oh, yeah, some guy, Paul Heyman. You might have heard of him. And the guy right behind you, yeah, happens to be your boss, you know, the Game, Triple H. So there's definitely something there.
Easily the best promo of the night. Might I even say the best promo that we have heard so far going into fucking WrestleMania?
I will say this much. No, go ahead.
He didn't invoke a Hall of Famer's name. He didn't say he was going to bury anybody. It was just the fact that you had, first off, Oba Femi absolutely has the it factor. And you can see that with him standing in the ring. And there is just, he has it.
The presence.
He's got the presence. He's got everything. Again, the best promo of the night, the best promo going into WrestleMania.
I'll go a step further. Coming out of, obviously, you know, people know I was at the Garden. The pop he got at the Garden, I don't think I've heard a pop in that building in years.
Since
what? Probably since Hogan. And that's only because I saw it on videos.
Yeah, maybe Hogan.
Hogan was probably the only other guy I think you can say who had a bigger pop than Oba Femi.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Taking Femi and making bad guy eventually?
No. Maybe, but not right now.
Not right now.
I think now you have something with him. And the fact is also he's only 27 years old. And
the Nigerian Hulk Hogan.
Exactly. It's funny, actually, you say that being Hogan's issues from the past. We won't get into that right now.
I purposely was not going there. I knew I should have gone with Black Jesus instead.
But I think with Oba, though, I've been a fan of Oba now for a while. I have been on the Oba train since NXT.
I'm sorry, did you say Oba ran a train on you?
What do you say?
Is that what that's what he said, right, Jay?
He said.
Okay, just making sure.
He's covering.
My point is...
I'm sure you got the point, all right.
Is that the point? Yeah, hold it.
Oh, God. It only took an hour and 40 minutes of off the rails. But I think there was Oba.
Athletic supporter, if you will.
He has, you know, like we keep saying, he has everything. And he can, when he talks normally, you feel it. And when he puts bass in his voice, like he did last night, like he had that crowd chanting when he said, you know, when he said something about, you know, they agree or something.
Yep.
And it was something so simple. And you have the entire crowd chanting. I'm sitting there going.
And that's the thing. Like, there was nothing like overtly controversial that he said or did. nothing, no insults, putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Negative emphasis or connotations that he threw out there. Like, it was a very basic promo, but the way that he delivered it with his presence, with his aura, it turned it into literally the best promo. Like, I can't get any more excited for this Obafemi Brock Lesnar match. The only downside that I can see of this match is the fact that it's in the free hour.
Yeah, but you know what's funny though? I get what you're saying. We're gonna get into that match. Give our predictions for that match in a second. But that could almost be there's a huge positive with that as well. Obviously, he's in the free hour, obviously, because of who he's working with. That's without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But look at it from the company's perspective, though, for a second. They could have put anybody else. Obviously, they're not going to put Punk and Roman, but they could have easily put Jade and Rhea. They could have put any of them in that free hour. But like we were saying before, you're going to have more eyes on you on that free hour.
Well, you hope that you do.
Yeah.
You hope. And I really hope that they release the figures as to, what it is, what the current buys are before that match airs, and what it is after that match airs. Do the buys increase 30%, 50%, 80%, or do they stay the same? Because if they stay the same, then this experiment is fucking no better than a Sunday Night Heat pre-show for a WrestleMania.
So, without further ado, let's give our predictions. I'll go first on this one. After you guys know this, I've been saying this last couple of weeks. This is one match that I have been incredibly invested in. I think what we saw last night leaves me without a doubt that Oba has to win.
Yeah.
He has to. There's no way you're going to put so much work in this guy and shoot him to the top as quickly as you are to have him lose. But while I was saying that, I could see the other side of this, though. Oba loses and is almost seeking revenge going to SummerSlam. Because we haven't seen that side of Oba yet.
You know what would be great? Well, what I think would be a good move would be to have Oba lose through interference of Braun Breaker.
What, and then set up Oba and Braun?
And then set up Oba and Braun. Because Braun takes offense to them calling Oba the next big thing when Braun Breaker was always the next big thing.
And it's funny, I could see that, but I could also see that being a main event of like WrestleMania 47.
It could.
I don't know why I could.
Absolutely could.
But let me go to you now. Oba Brock.
I'd like to see Oba win, but I think Brock's going to win.
Okay, so you got Brock winning. Ray, what about you?
I want Oba to win.
Yeah, Brock.
So it seems like we're kind of split. This is one match. Like I said, will I be watching this match?
There's that part of me that is like, because they've done it before, right? They have hyped up a match. They've hyped up, an upcoming star, and then they don't pull the trigger.
Well, I was also going to go a step further. If they, with this one,
very similar, and Jay will agree with me on this. Very similar to the "You Can't See Me Now" tournament, where you had Javon Evans going up against Gunther, and Javon Evans made such a fantastic show of it, and people wanted Javon to win because Gunther didn't need it, right? And they didn't pull the trigger on it, and they they had Gunther go through the tournament, and we know what happened after that. I think that's what you're gonna. Unfortunately, I have a really bad feeling that that's what's gonna happen. Oba's gonna make a real strong showing, but Brock's gonna win because he's fucking Brock, and whatever. They enjoy jerking him off.
Isn't he retiring or something, bro?
Yeah, that's the thing though. So he's retiring. So
I mean, this is the retirement match.
no, he would retire. He would, when he does, it would be at SummerSlam. SummerSlam's in Minneapolis.
I'm pretty sure the retirement match will be Gunther.
Which again, you want to talk about something that I'm totally disagreeing. I totally do not understand that one. But next match we got here is the six-pack ladder match for the WWE IC title, featuring Penta as your champion, taking on Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and for some odd reason we had to put him in here, Rey Mysterio.
I don't think Ray's going to make it out to that match. I think Dom's going to jump him again, and it's going to set up the hair versus mask match at SummerSlam, which is Ray's retirement. You know, I honestly don't know anymore because they had Rusev last night literally destroy the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, but we've always seen where somebody looks so good, so strong right before pay-per-view. 9 times out of 10.
That was your pay-per-view moment, buddy.
Exactly. And I remember when they announced this match, they announced this match at the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And
before the matches had even been matched.
But then the funny thing is, I remember when they announced the participants, I'm looking at the guys, I'm like, how, like, where did, I'm like some of them I get, like Dragon Lee, okay, great. Javon Evans, great. Penta, great. Why JD McDonough?
Listen, let's not forget that JD McDonough used to be the Irish ace, James Devlin, in NXT UK. That man, put him in a ladder match. You'll see.
Now, I think this one will be your car crash match.
Oh, it absolutely is going to be the car crash. It's the train wreck. It's the train wreck of the night.
Is this on the pre-show or is this on the actual car?
That's pre-show.
I believe it's on the pre.
It's on the pre-show.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'd like to see win? Javon Evans, but it's never going to happen.
It is going to happen. You know why? Because they're going to let Oba down, and they're going to make it up to Javon Evans. So they let one rising star down, bring the other one up.
And is Penta going to end up fighting Rey Mysterio in the match somehow?
Probably.
That'll be interesting.
I mean, that would be a great Triple Mania match.
Yeah. I think with this one, I think Penta wins. But this could be the match where you're not going to want to move away from your couch because it's going to be, if you remember at WrestleMania, was it 40? I think it was WrestleMania 40 when they had for the tag titles. And it was the same type of setup. It was like the car crash match. And I feel like that's what we're going to get with this. I think it's going to be between Javon, Penta, and Dragon Lee. It's going to be who can jump higher.
I think we will have to do that in the pre-show.
Who's gonna do the edge spear off of the ladder onto somebody hanging from the title? Who's gonna do the spear and who's gonna be the recipient of it?
I got it. When we get the set, who's gonna be the one to jump off the set?
Oh, that would be Javon, 100%.
Yeah. And then you know what'll happen? He'll come back Monday like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So who do you have winning?
Probably Penta.
So you got Penta. Ray, what about you?
It's probably going to be Penta.
But Penta could also win by not doing anything, right?
Well, no. It'd be.
He doesn't have to pin anybody, does it?
No, it's a ladder match.
Yeah, so it's have to go to the belt's going to be up above the ladder?
Yeah.
I don't know. Penta, I guess. Unless Javon Evans jumps across the rope and knocks Penta off the ladder and I don't even know. Who knows?
Like I said, this is going to be your car crash match.
It's not going to be a quiet match, that's for sure.
No,
What's going to happen to the match?
It's a train wreck match, just like the unsanctioned matches night one's train wreck.
Well, it'll be wild to screw everybody if the match is pre-show and then it goes over to pre-show time and you have to pay for it to see the end of the match.
Oh, old school WCW tactics.
That'd be kind of wild. That'd be wild.
Were we just talking about that like a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be wild.
We said that a couple weeks ago about have between that match and the unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
Have them bleed into the pay-per-view.
Yeah, go right to the pay-per-view. The match
does that? AEW does that a couple times.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
All right. Got a couple more matches here. Unfortunately, this next match I don't think a lot of people will really be that too keen on. Jade Cargill defends the WWE Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. Ray, who do you got winning?
I've got I've got the skeleton, formerly known as Rhea Ripley, winning.
What about you?
I think Rhea's going.
So you both got Rhea, Jay?
I got Jade Cargill. That's right.
I gotta go Rhea on this. I have my issue with Jade. Not that she's a terrible wrestler, but I feel like she still needs to work with more veterans.
She just shouldn't have a title. I've been over Jade since AEW days. I was actually shocked when WWE signed her. I'm not really sure why. You can tell when somebody is in it because they are and have always been a fan of wrestling. You can tell when somebody's in it to make a name for themselves so that they can go make movies. And
Well,
I just don't have that.
Ray, not to cut you off for a second. Wasn't she brought in originally, if I remember correctly, in the mixed tag match in AEW? Wasn't it her and Shaq?
No, it wasn't even a mixed tag match. It was Shaq versus Cody, and she was Shaq's valet.
Okay, that's what I thought. And I said it back then she was green, and to me, she's still green.
Greener than goose shit.
Now we got 3 matches left for the U.S. title. Sami Zayn takes on Trick Williams. And remember what I said before that I think we're going to see a double turn at this WrestleMania? This is the match I think we're going to see it at.
It's 100% the match we're going to see it.
I think if there's any match that a double turn would make sense.
So, okay, hold on. So here's the thing, though. Sammy's acting like a heel, and Trick is a heel. So you're going to double turn him face?
I don't think Sammy's the heel because the promo he was cutting was baby, but he was trying to, feed off the fans and the reaction and try to go with it, but it didn't work at all.
I just think, to me, you see Trick coming out now, and you have the entire crowd chanting, look that Trick.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be more of the company's turning him face. This is more of the fans are going to be turning him face.
Yeah. And I hate the fact that Sammy has to go heel, but hey, he does need a fresh paint of coat, so why not?
Is it a fresh coat of paint?
Fresh coat of paint. There you go. But he needs it. He needs it. He needs it.
And do you agree about the double turn with Sammy and Trick?
I don't know. I think Sammy's overrated. I always have.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I
Overrated.
think Trick would win out.
Yeah, I can definitely.
Sammy has the Haluma kick, and what else does he do?
Blue Thunderbomb.
Underbomb.
If Sammy wins the championship as a heel, I'll be very, very upset.
No, I think what we're going to end up seeing is, I hope with this
Isn't
match.
Trick Williams a heel already?
Yeah,
Kind of.
but the fans.
But he's not a true heel. He's a popular heel.
He's a cool heel.
What was that white coat all the time? That's right.
Well, the reason
White
why,
fur.
the reason why he wears out of the great interview he did, because Triple H, I think it was, or somebody backstage said to him, "Oh, they compared him to Elvis." If I remember correctly from what I saw in the interview.
Yeah, except for the color. He's black.
No, the comment is, "You never saw Elvis without his coat."
Well, I'm sorry. Listen, first off, you can't compare Trick Williams to Elvis because Trick Williams is engaged to Lash Legend, who last I checked is older than 14.
I'm just telling you what I read in the interview. Google it. It's on there.
And they think Trick Williams is like Elvis?
No, because of the fact of
It's the whole coat thing.
Now it's just confusing everybody with Elvis.
no.
Oh, don't mind.
You got the most random pieces of.
Sit back and relax and wait for the next match.
No, you're funny. No, I read an interview that Trick Williams did. I'm gonna find the interview. I'm gonna.
Did
send
you read it or was it read to you?
Oh my god! Really?
Oh, man.
Ay. Trick gets the win. Sammy turns heel. Trick turns face.
Hasn't Sammy been heel already? Hasn't Sami Zayn been here once?
I mean, he was kind of heel when he first started with the bloodline, and then he got over with the crowd, and they,
To be the only one these days who's a true heel is Gunther. He's a true heel. He goes back to years ago with the true heels. The others are so in the middle. They could go either way, and nobody would notice.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 matches left. We got the Demon, Finn Balor.
Oh God.
Take it on, Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, stupid match.
Oh God.
My issue with this match?
Who cares?
No, my issue with this match
is that they advertise the Demon.
I think what should happen is Ray should come in and
the whole
save
point of the Demon is that you're not supposed to know when you're getting the Demon.
Thank you.
Well, don't advertise it
as Demon versus Dom instead of Finn versus Dom. That irritates the shit out of me. The way that the Demon was presented in New Japan, the way that the Demon was presented in NXT, it is mind-boggling how TKO just seems to fuck up everything. You have shit, literally, you don't even have to touch it. You don't even have to breathe on it. It's already right there, and you still find a way to fuck it up.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool if Dom gets in trouble, then Ray comes in and saves his ass.
Okay, hold
That'd
on.
be wild. Talk about a turn.
I did find the interview, by the way, about Triple H with the Elvis line.
Really was an interview?
Yes. He did an interview with ESPN, First Take.
Okay.
And the line is, he adopted a signature entrance code, a choice inspired by comparison to Elvis Presley made by WWE Hall of Famer Michael P.S. Hayes.
And when did Elvis always wear a coat?
That if you ever saw Elvis in public, he always had the coat.
It was cold.
You're talking about Michael P.S. Hayes.
It's not going to freeze his ass off. Michael P.S. Hayes is a whack job.
But yeah, it's legit. I wasn't going. I know some people may think I'm nuts and crazy.
You're not nuts.
But I knew I wasn't crazy on that one.
I'm almost shocked that you read something.
You're not nuts. Actually does exist.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that basically the line was, the comparison was Michael Hayes told Williams, I ain't never seen Elvis Presley without his coat.
Wasn't wearing his coat in the bathroom the night he died.
Why are we spending 10 minutes on Elvis and his coat?
I don't know. I don't.
I just want to bring it up.
John wanted to prove to us that he read.
Yeah, he proved it. All right.
The article.
Got it, bro. I got it.
We understand Hook on Phonics worked. It's okay.
Let's get to the main event. Last match of the night. Oh, wait, I didn't do my prediction. I'm a terrible host I am. Give me Finn. Give me Finn on this one. Your main event.
Oh, do you mean the Demon?
Yes.
Fucking Christ.
Your main event for WrestleMania 42. CM Punk. Roman Reigns. Before we get to the match, Brad, I want to talk quickly about what we saw last night on Monday Night Raw.
After that fucking circle jerk of a promo, I hope Jada Parker runs in, smashes everybody, and gets the fucking title.
Tell us how you really feel.
Fucking, how do you go from I'm going to bury you next to your dead father to I actually just envy you. And I actually envy you too because of the connection you have with the fans. Well, I envy you because you had everything handed to you with a silver platter and I had to really work for it. Like, what? What the fuck did... How do you drop a pipe bomb 2.0 the week before and then you're fucking circle jerking each other literally on the go home show to Mania?
Well, actually, I want to hear your thoughts quickly. Did you hear about the line when Punk said he wanted to bury Roman next to his father?
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I don't understand the point of it. What's the point of saying something like that?
Get heat?
Obviously, there's animosity between those two. At least that's the storyline anyway.
Yeah.
So what is it with bury your next to your father to do with anything? I didn't get the whole promos. Too many. The promos the last couple of weeks that they've done have always been the same thing. Last night was finally different when he said, "Tell me when I'm lying and when I'm lying and when I'm lying." 47 times. That's all he said.
That was his AEW catchphrase when he would go out and cut a promo. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm lying. Tell me it's a lie. It's enough.
Hold on, before we get into the rest of it, Jay, we have an update on Total Tom.
What'd he say?
He goes, I am hungry. Nobody's serving me in Totowa.
I don't got a McDonald's out there.
My head.
Burger King or something?
Go to Burger King.
Yeah. Get yourself a grill flame burger.
Or chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken sandwiches.
It's not bad, actually.
Well, let's get to this main event here.
Yeah, you've been heavily invested in it.
The last couple weeks with the promo, I'll put it this way. A couple of these matches, just off the promos, I have been invested in. And yes, this is one of them.
We know that. We know that. So
Is this one of the ones that you is this the one
this is the one
got you heavily invested?
This
right?
is the one that started it everything.
This is the one that started it all, that got him heavily invested.
Yes.
This is it.
I pose a question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Do you guys think Roman's a good wrestler? Forget this match with Punk. Do you think overall he's a good wrestler?
No, but I think he put matches very, very well and top of everybody else.
I think Punk is more talented.
Absolutely.
But I think Roman's got better ring presence, whatever you want to call it.
But putting a match together, I think Roman is number one. I think he's top.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, I saw early Roman, man. So if I'm comparing Roman of 2026 to Roman of 2016, I'm going to say, yeah, Roman of 2026 is good in the ring because I saw what we were starting with. But you know, he does have a better ring presence, whereas Punk can always get the crowd involved.
Yeah.
No.
You know, it's going to be a good match. You know, it absolutely should be a good match, just based on those two factors alone.
Yeah. I mean, Roman has his fans out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just hope they don't give me a 25-minute entrance on both of their asses. Then
you know they will.
Oh, listen, you know that he's probably they're probably gonna perform Cult of Personality live, and it's probably gonna be the double extended version.
Do you notice
like
when Punk came out last night? I'm like, dude, just fucking run to the fucking ring, man.
No, that was because they couldn't find him in the crowd.
Yeah,
the spotlight had no idea. The spotlight was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And he's just standing there. He's like,
he's like taking his time, like, I'll just stroll down step by step, waste minutes.
So now let me ask you this though: who do you see winning?
If the crowd plays part of it, Punk.
See a Punk winning. Ray, what about you?
Depends where the crowd is.
I'm trying to think of where we would go if Roman wins, or where we would go if Punk wins. I'm literally like, where do we go? If Punk wins, where do we go? Do we go back to Seth?
No.
I can see Rollins getting stuck in this somewhere.
No. You know who I would love for it to be? If it is Punk? No.
No.
If they do King,
Gallows?
No.
Gallows.
King or Queen of the Ring? I was going to say wing. Ring?
Wing or
King or Queen of the Wing?
I had a stuttering moment there for a second.
Which they're going to go do in Saudi again?
Dress Punk up in a dress and make him the queen of the ring too?
No.
And the king of the ring?
No. If they do that,
Santino and Santina.
I would love for one of two things. If they do that, well, yeah, I would love if they do the King of the Ring tournament again.
Aren't they doing it every year?
Olba.
I think that's going to depend on what happens with.
I think it's going to
Brock.
depend a lot on what happens with Brock. I would love for it to be Oba.
But that's the thing. You could put Oba with either one of them.
You know what? Also, I'd love to see if we're going to go if Punk wins. What about Braun Breaker?
How about Kevin Owens? He may come back eventually.
No,
Well, Kevin Owens may never come back. That's the scary
Never
part.
coming
no,
back.
he's not going to.
No.
But what about somebody like Braun? I'm really just throwing it out there.
So Braun makes more sense if it would have to go through Rollins. It would have to be Punk Rollins again, with Rollins winning, and then Braun, because that was the original. That's the only way that they can get back to their pre-injury playbook.
But then when you would do that, you're probably looking at probably closer to SummerSlam for that. Then
You would be doing SummerSlam, Rollins, and Punk, and then Survivor Series would have to be Braun and Rollins.
or do you take one of the other ones? Because now you got Backlash coming up. Clash.
You want to paper champion it for you want to Damian Priest it for a little bit, is what you're saying?
I'm just saying, why not make one of the smaller pay-per-views mean something, have it be there, and then potentially have it set up with Braun? Because I think if you wait till Survivor Series, as much as I would love for it, I think you would have a bigger moment with it at SummerSlam. Because then
I feel like that's too quick of a turnaround. You would have Punk and Rollins at Backlash, and then you would have Breaker and Rollins at SummerSlam.
Well, what do you have? You have Backlash, you got Clash in Italy. I don't know what they have for June, because I think Money in the Bank got pushed to September.
Oh, did it?
I think I've read something that got pushed back to September. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is then after Clash in Italy, I think the next thing you got is SummerSlam, beginning of August.
Well, give me new players then. Isn't there a call up after WrestleMania?
I usually use a roster reset.
Give me a switch. Give me Ethan Page. Bring him up. Give me some distractions.
I don't know.
Yeah, put Ethan Page in that tournament. Why not? Give me a little wild card.
Yeah,
Break it back.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, new stars, right? New stars.
Yeah, new stars after WrestleMania, right? New season.
I've been saying that for the last 5
What
years.
about that?
What about? Well, you can.
What if they bring Breaker back as a face and not a heel? That would throw a good cog in the whole thing.
Even when he was a face in NXT, he wasn't like white meat. Like
No,
I
he
still
was,
think he'll get it.
he was like Austin face.
It's like a popular heel.
Yeah,
He's gonna get like a positive reaction. On that.
he's a cool heel.
I told you, there's no bad heels except for Gunther.
Even Gunther, you can still make him
Here and there,
babyface.
not much. See, I like years ago when the heels were heels.
I
But
mean, Gunther was a heel when he retired Goldberg, and everybody cheered him for like 3 months.
Luke Goldberg was terrible.
But guys, we also have coming up this weekend before we wrap things up, because I know we're going kind of overtime tonight a little bit. Friday night, midnight, you have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like a 6-hour show.
Dude, why are they? You remember when it used to be the day before WrestleMania was the Hall of Fame show, and it was like an actual event? Now they're doing it at like midnight after SmackDown. Like,
Insane.
Well, first of all, I want to go through because while we got the three of you here, they did announce one person and who is inducting them. I want to hear of who's going to induct everybody else before we wrap things up here. Obviously, we know Stephanie McMahon is being inducted, and shockingly, not by Hunter.
not really all that shocking. I can imagine him not. I didn't think he was going to be the one to induct her ever.
Because it was announced that Undertaker is going to be inducted. Stephanie.
Who?
Undertaker.
That makes even less sense than having fucking Hogan
Wow.
and Triple H.
Makes no sense whatsoever. But, okay.
But really,
We gotta get some music in here.
yeah. Who do you guys see? So I'll let you just know. Do you agree with Undertaker?
Inducting Stephanie?
Yeah.
Nah, I think it should be Triple H. Truthfully.
Ray, what about you?
What?
If since you
Well,
do
they
you
still don't have a building, so what's the difference?
for inducting Steph, obviously we know it's gonna be Taker. Do you agree with that decision?
Macho
or-
Man.
There it is.
I think she should get inducted by Vince. Down below the sky. Below the ceiling.
Well, I got it. Shane McMahon.
Oh, Shane, yeah.
He was at the Yankee game. Let's see here. Who else do we have? AJ Styles.
Should have been the Undertaker.
That one should have been The Undertaker.
No, the Undertaker induct everybody.
I could see Charlotte Flair inducting Stephanie.
Yeah, that one. I'm surprised they didn't go that route.
For some reason, I'm thinking Shawn Michaels. I don't know why.
I mean, Shawn would be a good one. You know, he's been around all her life, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think also with Styles, I think another thing you can also mention there. It depends if they can pull this one off. Is Frankie Kazarian.
Christopher Daniels.
No, it'll probably be Fergal. It'll probably be Finn that inducts him.
Yeah, I could. That one actually I could see. That one would make more sense. And guys, know that.
Oh. So I'm sorry. That's totally. I've got over here pulled up on the other screen that Rhea Ripley comments about transformation. Rhea Ripley's transformation came after she slimmed down into back pain caused by muscle.
Right. Your microphone
Catch
cut
that.
out or took a massive something.
Probably because Elvis and the Coke conversation.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we need now.
Yeah, that was
Weird.
So Rhea Ripley comments on a post talking about her transformation. Rhea Ripley's transformation came after she slimmed down due to back pain caused by her muscle mass.
Oh,
So she was actually carrying too much muscle on her itty bitty frame.
interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But yeah, that's actually. So, like I said, so we got Asia. Okay, so next, I want to ask you this one first. Demolition.
What about
What do you think of Duck's Demolition?
it's too bad the Road Warriors aren't around anymore.
Well, okay.
Huh.
This one I'm just asking because I've heard this one before.
They were that good.
Demolition.
I used to watch them. I didn't think they were that
Were
great.
they looked at a lot as being like Road Warriors ripoff?
Yeah, like Road Warriors
Yes.
Part 2.
Okay.
I never thought they were that great, honestly.
And here's the funny thing.
Best theme song in the time ever. At the
Yeah.
time, best theme song.
Yes. I think it's Smash, I think I read, was the one who was Crusher Khrushchev in NWA,
Yes.
and he was also Repo Man.
Yeah.
So who do you
Barry
see?
Darso.
Inducting them? I don't know. I
Jimmy
think
Hart?
they'd have to have it two for two, or does
No,
it,
give me one.
no? Who was the manager, Jimmy Hart?
Yeah, I can see Jimmy Hart.
Who's around that could induct them?
I don't know.
They're no taking.
No, Master Fuji was there. Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Fuji
Fuji.
was there.
Fuji's not around anymore.
No, he's
He passed away.
There's nobody around anymore that does Smash Wrestling like they do, like they did.
I mean,
So-
you could have Jimmy Hart induct them.
Jimmy Hart makes sense, I guess.
The Hart Foundation faced them enough times.
And here's the best one. Dennis Rodman.
Oh God.
No, you know who I think I said this to me a couple of days ago, and I think actually this makes sense.
Rodman. Shaquille O'Neal.
Eric Bischoff,
Why?
NWO.
What did Rodman do?
Nothing that we can talk about on the air.
So it was a character, basically.
Well, now for like Legacy, they're not doing. From my understanding, Legacy, they're not doing inductees. They're not doing speeches.
What?
For Sid's kids already said they're not going to have a speech.
Really?
Which means I'm curious either because they also got Bad News Brown going, and also
What a big disrespect they're doing to Sid Vicious, by the way. You can't have him in the wing with all the legends. You're gonna put him somewhere else. Joking.
and the last one, the Immortal Moment. This is not what they're doing. They're doing.
I know what this is. I know what it is.
What they're doing now is, in addition to having the celebrity, the tag team, they're also now doing a moment to be inducted.
A moment that the inductee did?
No, a moment in the WrestleMania history to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Last year it was Brett and Austin.
Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Yeah, that's what they just pulled it up.
Huh?
It is.
Oh, it is Hogan and Andre the Giant?
Yeah,
Oh,
from
okay.
when Hogan slammed Andre at
Yeah,
WrestleMania 3.
WrestleMania 3, yeah, so.
Let me ask you this now. Who do you think does that, and who do you think ducks that one?
Shawn Michaels.
I'm being serious.
Wait a minute. What is the the immortal moment? Did they announce it?
Yeah, it's Hogan and Andre.
How about Shawn Michaels?
When Hogan slammed Andre.
You see, I had Shawn Michaels at Sid Vicious. I had it that way.
Nah, I'm curious to see.
Can you induct two people? What's the difference?
Yeah. I mean, who I would love for it to be.
Have Booker T or Mark Henry do it.
Or you could have Shawn Michaels do what you guys say, and then you could have Kevin Nash with Sid Vicious.
Yeah. I got it. You could have the ring where Sid Vicious broke his ankle. Just saying.
How about the Big Show?
He's in AEW.
Oh,
Or the Shockmaster.
Oh, God.
Uncle Fred?
Somebody said that he should do it.
Why not?
I mean, he was one of Hogan's closest friends.
Yep, but guys, I will say this much. A great freaking show tonight. Ray, I'm glad you're able to come in.
Yeah, man. You're going to miss the whole show.
Want to thank, as much as it regrets for me to say this, I want to thank Joe Gertner for joining us earlier.
Never saw him.
Yeah, even though he did nothing but insulted me.
Yeah, you guys got some real tense beef because I was just laughing from the very get-go.
If you missed that interview, definitely go back and watch it. So you're not going to want to miss it. I thought it was an interview. It was Ray. The reason we had him on, it was the 29-year anniversary of Barely Legal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're out of here now. But
well, if the name of a pay-per-view didn't age well.
Unfortunately. Guys, we're out of here. Next week, we'll be back for all of your fallout from WrestleMania.
And I'm sure there will be a lot.
Yes. We might actually start a little bit earlier next week.
Might have to.
Depends on how much comes out. But, guys, again, I appreciate everybody who joined us tonight. Guys, again, this is a huge week for pro wrestling fans. If you are traveling to Las Vegas, have fun, be safe. Take the damn photos. It's an experience you're never going to forget being out in Vegas.
Once again.
Absolutely. Okay. Guys, again, we'll be back here live.
Well, better like it now. Better enjoy it now because the next 3 years are going to be overseas. 2 in Saudi and 1 in Europe.
Probably. But guys, like I said, we're out of here. We'll be back next week. Guys, again, if you're in the New York area, definitely stop by Simply Greens this weekend for their 420 celebration. I will try my best to make it out there for one of those days and might even try to talk some wrestling with the real life Peter Griffin. So be curious to see how that all plays out. But guys, again, enjoy this weekend. Enjoy the fact that we have wrestling now basically straight through till next Friday.
AEW tomorrow, TNA on Thursday, SmackDown Friday, WrestleMania Saturday, Sunday, Monday Raw, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday AEW, Thursday TNA, Friday. Yeah,
It's a lot.
That
So-
is,
Yeah.
whew, boy.
And guys, like I said, we're gonna do our best to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on. But guys, again, for everybody here, I'm John. And guys, again, enjoy this weekend. This is our Super Bowl weekend. And we will catch you guys next week with all of the fallout from WrestleMania 42.
Yeah.